Hi everyone. Tonight we begin the story of Transition House in Peterborough, a place that offers comfort and lodging to former prison inmates who have a terminal illness. It's also the story of nurse Diane King, who offers these inmates palliative care. And as you're about to see, the challenges here are daunting, but not insurmountable.
So this has got to come out. Can you grab me the other garbage bag there, Mike, please?
You want it inside the bag?
No, I think we'll just use it as a tarp.
This is Transition House in Peterborough, where nurse Diane King and former prison inmate Mike Walsh have become strong friends.
Slowly?
No, just fill it right up.
Even though they have, for most of their lives, been living in vastly different worlds.
All right, that'll do it. Whoa!
Diane is a nurse. Mike, a former prison inmate.
We're done. That's the easy part.
But now the bond between them transcends normal boundaries, for Diane has been offering Mike palliative care.
It's a better looking garden than I've got.
All the green thumbs are going to go down.
Yeah, I know. That's okay.
Mike had spent 20 years in federal institutions, but then was handed an even harsher sentence. He was diagnosed with terminal lung and throat cancer and given 7 months to live.
I was devastated. I'm telling you what I found out, because I only really had 7 months left to my sentence, and the doctor just told me that I only have till December of that year to live, or January of that next year to live.
Little did I know when I lined up for volunteering here that I ended up gardening.
I felt isolated, very much alone, scared to death, because I was getting ready to die, and there was nobody. I get on the phone every now and then, and I go in my cell sometimes, or my room, and just scream my head off. It's almost like you're going nuts, but you had to hang on.
Having served the mandatory portion of his sentence, correctional service officials agreed to release Mike into the care of a radical new palliative care program for inmates here in Peterborough at Transition House.
It's about not only dignity and people dying with some dignity, but also people being set free and being able to turn around and come to some peace with what took place. That is overwhelming to me.
I want to put it in.
The Transition House dream began 6 or 7 years ago.
Yeah, and I picked it all up.
What's that over there? They're coming up really good.
That's peas.
Prison chaplain Dan Haley was speaking with an inmate in Warkworth Penitentiary. The man said he was dying from cancer.
And he said, I need to get out of here. And as he was turning around and asking me to turn around and see if I could try to get this man out of prison, I walked out of that institution that day with this big, heavy weight kind of on my shoulders, because, yes, I'm a chaplain. We deal with reintegration, but it was my first request in death and dying, and I had no idea how we were going to be able to do this.
Dan decided to answer that challenge and went to work, but he knew he needed professional help.
And that's when I went to work at talking to Diane and seeing about getting Diane on board, and it took a few years for Diane to turn around and say yes.
It's in the Prisons Act that says that people can be released from prison if they can find enough support in the community to use palliative care services in the community. And the community has really come together well for us. The Access Center, hospice, the palliative care consultants, the palliative care team, everybody.
So now if terminally ill prison inmates are released from prison to live out what time they have left in their lives, they have a place to come, a place that will welcome them, counsel them, and hopefully offer them some peace of mind.
Through this house, I've met so many people and found out, that there are really people in the world who care about you, no matter what.
Well, there is a lot more to this story. Next week, we'll hear more from Diane King and Mike Walsh. We'll talk about the palliative care process and the challenge of counseling a former prison inmate who has been told he only has months to live. I'm John Blake. We'll see you next week.